Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm here with none other than the champion himself, Anthony Joshua. What's up?
All good, thank you. Long time since we've sat in front of the camera and had a talk.
So the last time I interviewed, you had one strap. Now you got a couple of them. They look little beauties over there.
Yes.
What's been the one thing you've learned the most with your climb to success?
The one thing I've learned the most. Okay. What makes? I'm not the best, but for me personally speaking, what makes a good fighter is what you do in between training camp. Early on, a fighter has to fight 8 to 10 times a year, so you're constantly in the gym and you're performing. Then you get to a stage where you only fight 3 or 2 times a year. Let's say your training camps are 3 months apiece, 6 months. What are you doing for the other 6 months of the year? You out partying? It's wrong. So I think what I've learned as a fighter is even when you're not in training camp for a fight, stay in training to maintain your discipline, to maintain your condition, 100%.
Well, we're here in Cardiff. You have your replacement opponent, Takam. Bless him for taking it on such short notice. Most people would have been like not doing it against JJ. Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think people think they can beat me. Because I think if I was more cocky and spoke a whole lot more, people would meet my words before they do my fists. So I think, as I always say, my job is to break them down in the fight. I think they think, yeah, this is a great opportunity. I can win here because I don't talk too much. But I think when we get in the ring, that's why I'm able to beat them and knock them out, because I think they get disheartened, or everything they believed gets erased from their memory.
It's safe to say that we should be expecting a war, because you did say that you plan on fighting in what, like a phone box? Phone box style?
I might run. I might be on my back foot. Styles make fights. What I'm trying to say is that there's a way of jabbing and right hands, but when you're on the inside sometimes, if the ref lets it continue, I can't have him whipping shots around my body and throwing uppercuts. I've got to, trade with him as well. So if the ref lets it continue, I'll definitely like to stay on the inside now again and slip, whip one to the body, whip an uppercut to the head. But it's down to the ref, because sometimes I notice in fights, as soon as fighters touch shoulders, the ref jumps in, it's like break. So he doesn't let it be a phone box style of fight, do you know what I mean? So hopefully we get to have the opportunity.
Now look, obviously I'm American, so I gotta ask about our champion over the seas. Yeah. I don't want to look past your opponent, because that's not what I'm trying to do, but I know that there's been a lot of exchanges between you and Wilder, a little more so than you normally like to talk. Because you usually are a little bit more quiet, but you've been a little more vocal. Yeah. One thing, what do you make of Wilder saying that he considers himself to be the most feared champ since Mike Tyson?
Since Mike? I don't know who's scared, who thinks he's scared of him. I don't know who he believes to feel is worried about him or scared of him. So I just think he's talking probably from an emotional place, because from a factual point of view, there hasn't been no survey done from all athletes to talk about who's the most feared fighter, and the public demanded Tyson as the most feared fighter. I don't think the public demand Wilder as the most feared fighter. I think he's putting himself in that position. So until the public demand it, you shouldn't call yourself it.
I know that he's recently been sounding off on the fact that Eddie Hearn has mentioned that there would not be a 50-50 split if you guys were to fight. So he takes that as in they're trying to put roadblocks in front of you two because you don't want to face him. Do you want to respond to him saying that?
If he wants 50-50 and that's the only thing that makes a fight happen, for me, as I said, all of my fights have been easily made. So there's always a way to make a fight made. If 50-50 is going to be an issue and all he wants is money, there'll be a way that he can reap the rewards financially. If he wants to fight and he realizes from a point of view on commercial value and so on and so forth, and he might realize he might have to take a cut, or I might have to take a cut, sometimes I might have to bite the bullet. I might have to say, do you know what, Wilder, I'll take less to make this. Do you know what I mean? So there's ways to make it happen. So don't worry, champ. If there are issues that are facing us and we need to resolve them, I'll be more than willing to find a way to make the fight happen, because that's just what we do.
And lastly, is it true you're afraid of sheep?
No. Ooh.
I don't know if I just read the headline and maybe didn't read the article, but
if you take a survey, there hasn't been. No, what it was when we was out in the farm, I swear. Nowadays on social media and all this stuff, there's always these crazy videos, and I see when animals attack their owners and stuff, and I see one where these sheep go nuts, and we was doing some filming out in the countryside, and there was this one sheep that normally these sheeps will walk the other way, but this one was just coming directly towards me, and I thought, not now. Of all times, is this going to be when this sheep kind of mans up and comes to attack someone that's been, I don't know.
Wait,
what.
Did it attack you?
Nah, luckily it reared up for its own good. It reared off to the left.
Do you have like a fear, like a phobia or something that's really just out there? Because mine is like a cluster of it's like a cluster of circles. Like that freaks me out. I don't know why.
Circles.
It's a real thing. Like Google it.
Is it?
I swear to God.
What, circles in real life or images?
Yeah, like just like little clusters of, I don't know. It's weird. It freaks me out so badly.
It makes your skin.
It literally turns me into a different person. I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
I think I just don't like spiders, man.
Yeah.
All that creepy crawly, like living out in the jungle or.
Them little things and you big thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't do well in the jungle and stuff. Yeah.
So no celebrity get me out of there or whatever.
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. I know you're such a busy man. I appreciate you. And congratulations on all your success. I think the first time I've covered a fight for you was you're 5-0.
Yeah.
That's
when I had the lines in my head and all that. I remember back in the day.
Yeah,
That's what I said. It's been good and I appreciate the support as well.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you so much. Bye, fight fans. Hey, fight fans. It's Michelle Joy Phelps. Just before a big fight, I'm often asked, what are the odds? Like, who should I put my money on? Who do you got? It just makes sense for me to tell you guys that you should go visit Bovada. The link is in our description box. Just click it and you'll be directed right over to them. And also, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it if you did. Just click right here.